Hey YouTube, what's going on? So I wanted to talk today a little bit more about Class A's and buses, and there's a couple of things that I didn't talk about yesterday that I wanted to talk a little bit about. Want to share a couple of things that I'm thinking in terms of with the Class A and the bus. And so the first thing is storage. And this is one thing that I have to say that I really overlooked when I was thinking about Class A's and buses. In the beginning, I think it was kind of an oversight for me in terms of underestimating the amount of storage that a Class A and a bus has. For example, my friend RV Bandwagon, he has a karaoke business and also a window painting business. And so he utilizes his storage and cargo compartments to carry around all of his equipment for those businesses. So that's a really huge advantage with the Class A and with the bus, is the amount of storage capacity that you have on board. Like I said, right now I'm renting a 5x10 storage unit, and which I've still got a lot of things that I need to sell off, give away, what have you. But with the amount of storage capacity that a Class A and a bus has, I mean, I could cram all of that stuff underneath in the cargo storage area in a Class A or a bus, and that would eliminate the need of needing an enclosed trailer. Of course, with the exception of being able to haul my four-wheeler around, which there are some other solutions for that. I could build a cargo carrier to transport that around on the back of the rig if I wanted to, or just find a friend locally to store it for me. For a short time. I mean, I don't see any problem with that. But though that vehicle, that's a huge thing is storage. And I think a lot of people kind of miss that. I certainly have a lot of things that I don't have a lot of things, but it's mostly my tools and my equipment that I don't want to part with. I don't want to let those things go, just for the reason of, trying to replace the stuff. It would cost me a fortune to have to go out and replace some of these things again. And of course, there's some sentimental value with that as well. So storage capacity, that's a huge thing, and it would eliminate me possibly needing to get an enclosed trailer, cargo trailer, with the amount of storage capacity on a rig like that. That would be more than enough to support all of my needs with all of the stuff that I have. And the other thing that I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more about that I kind of did some more thinking about, and was kind of like that kind of does make a lot of more sense to me. And that's, that is, viewing your bus, your Class A, as a home base. Okay, that's your home base, and then your towed vehicle, that's what you're going to use to go out and do all of your adventures with, go into the national forest, go camping, go mountain biking, drive the Bigfoot Highway in Northern California, do some tent camping, and just kind of go out and about and do those kinds of things. So that's kind of what I'm thinking in terms of going into that bigger rig. I'm not going to be able to take a rig like that in the amount of places that I could the truck camper, but that's where the towed comes into play. Like my 4Runner I have, it's 4-wheel drive. I can take the thing anywhere. And I do enjoy going tent camping. So that just kind of, it shifts the lifestyle a little bit differently in terms of, you're not going to be able to take your bus everywhere. But then again, there's a lot of places which what people do with the Class A's and toads is they say they want to go up to Northern California and explore that area, then they'll just drive it up to the highway, and they'll find a place to park it, locally or whatever, or maybe just off the side of the road. There's lots of places you can park those large rigs off the side of the road, and you can just park it drop the tote and then take off and and go on your little adventure if you want. So so you're really not, to me, you're really not limited. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to take it everywhere with you. For some people that bothers them, they want to be able to take their rig with them everywhere they go and park it everywhere. Well, that's, yeah, you're going to have to work around that. And that was I will say, a big hang up for me in thinking bigger is, it's that whole, I always had the idea, well, I want to be able to park anywhere, I want to be able to take it anywhere, but they've got some great towing systems out there to attach and detach your towed vehicle very quickly, very easily. And so I really don't see too many issues or challenges with that. So that's all I wanted to talk a little bit more about, just those two things: storage, cargo capacity, and viewing your Class A bus as a home base. And so these are just some of the other things that I'm thinking about in the future, down the road. If I end up getting into a different rig, this is kind of what I'm thinking in terms of that approach. So that's all I got, guys. You guys have an awesome day, and we'll talk to you later. Keep it real.